do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there. Yeah, we can be stars. We can be the best. Just put us to the test and we'll show the world there's another way. If we just try a little every day, we can make it better. We can do better. We can be setting goals. We understand right down to the soul that we can do better. We can have a heart of gold. So let's step it up. Step it up. Step it up. We could be making moves. We know what time it is, and we know just what to do. Yeah, we could be on top, and you know it's true. If we just give ourselves a chance, we can show the world everything's gonna be okay. We just got to try a little every day, and we can make it better.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Peace and greetings, everyone. Wow. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a day. Hi. How are we all feeling? How are we all doing? I want to say welcome on into the live. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and yeah, so glad to have you all here. For some reason, it just seems like everything is extra loud right now, so I apologize. I don't want to come across as if I'm yelling. First of all, I want to say welcome to everyone on into the Blue Room, and thank you guys. I will tell you, this is a little impromptu. It is. And it's a couple of reasons that I came on. I was planning on coming on a little earlier today. I didn't get a chance on Sunday, but today is that day. It's been a lot going on. First of all, I want to welcome you all in. Welcome everyone in. The Blue Room is lit as usual. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Let's get those likes up. Thank you guys for coming on in. I have a few things that I want to share with you. The first thing I want to say thank you to everyone who has been reaching out to me. Yes, I am safe. I am well. We're all good on my end. I don't know if you all heard about the incident that happened at a Target here in Austin, Texas. And so my love goes out to everyone and to everyone connected with that incident and many other incidents that have been happening over the last few days. because it's a lot of things that are speeding up. And I think we all can really, really feel that. But before I dive into that, first of all, I'm going to give some shots out to everyone in the Blue Room in just a moment. You guys came in with such beautiful energy, just straight through the door. I mean, just coming in with high vibes and just pure light and frequency. And it is well received. It is so well received. I want to talk about a couple of things. Number one, I want to let you all know that I will be doing a share tomorrow. I will be doing a live broadcast tomorrow. And tomorrow we will have a very, very special guest, long awaited guest that will be coming on the platform. Brother Rich is going to be joining me for a conversation for the collective. And we will be having that conversation tomorrow. So, Brother Rich from Black Magic 363 is going to be live on my platform. Many of you know that it was a couple of months ago that I was a guest on his platform, and Brother Rich will be joining me. And we have a lot of things to talk about that we will be discussing. That's number one. Number two, I want to say thank you to everyone. First of all, we are in the Lionsgate portal, and we still have about 24 hours of this magic to tap in. And here's what I want to say to you, because the question was asked to me, Ms.Blue, what if this Lionsgate portal was something that turned out later to be not real? And I kind of laughed about that. And I said, well, what do you mean? This Lionsgate portal, this energy, not real. What do you mean? You know, they said like a lot of things in history, you know, later we find out that this was some sort of misunderstanding. There was some sort of hokumology that was going on, or some sort of thing where this wasn't actually correct. And my simple answer to that is what it was and what it still is that the Lionsgate portal I know is real. And it's not real because just because our ancestors experienced this and this was something that was passed on. It is real because we all are in agreement of it, because that's how energy works. So real is not something based upon someone else's account of what took place. That's a portion of it. But real is also when we come together in agreement. We know time is a man-made construct. But when we all have come together to agree that we will use this thing here called time, then it is very real inside of this dimension. Very real. Very real in this dimension. So I want you all to just kind of take that with you. Do not miss the opportunity. This portal that we're in, this Lionsgate portal, this energy that we're in, and even today, I know you have felt the change of the frequency. And that change of the frequency is because Mercury has stationed. That's one change. The other change, as I was in the Akashic records, in the premier files, there were some other shifts that I seen. And that's what we're going to be talking about now. Because this window opens up something that is so profound for us and amazing. And amazing. So know that you're not here by chance. Know that you're not here by accident. You have arrived at a divine time. At a divine time. So to everyone, if you have not, number one, done the live activation that I did, I would encourage you to download, go back into the archives and definitely download and do the live Lionsgate 88 activation to go through that process, to take yourself through that portal. So many of you have emailed, you have commented that immediately after going through and doing the live activation, because that portal, the energy is still alive, is still alive. That many of you, when you went through that portal, you could feel the shift. Now, usually for some that happens right away. For others, it takes 24 to 48 hours. Some of you got that blast and that download. You got that today. It can occur for some of us tomorrow or even later in this month. But know that that energy, that container is there for you. And definitely for you to go back and listen to all of those shows that were on the Lionsgate, because we're still in this portal. And even though the peak of this energy and this particular cosmic portal closes down after the 12th, the energy will be felt for many, 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 many years to come. Remember, you are alive, and so is the cosmos. So is everything around us. And so it's not a one-shot done deal. So with that being said, I want to welcome everyone on in. I'm so glad you guys were able to come on over. Like I said, Brother Rich will be coming on tomorrow. That was one of the things I wanted to let you know. I didn't do a big announcement for this. I really have been diligently working. Y'all don't know, this whole entire weekend for us to get to this place to where we are now, because there is a message that I have from the Galactic Council. Many of you know that's something that I've been channeling now and really through the Akashic records for really well over 16, 17 years. And being a member of the Galactic Oracle Council and connected with the the beings in the Galactic E-Files. By the way, shout out to everybody who's a part of the Futuristic Activation group. And they know all about the Galactic E-Files. And many of you over the years have participated with the Galactic E-Files. And so I'm not going to hold you. I'll talk about it a little later. But the Galactic E-Files that I told you about is ready. And OMG, we're going to be tapping into some magic, some real magic. But I want to get into the reason we are here tonight. What many of you are feeling is this pulse before the wave. This year is the year of the Great Awakening. And many of you, many years ago, had the magical spiritual bath kit called the Great Awakening. That Great Awakening energy is now. That energy is now. And this is what we all have really been working towards at a soul level. I'm not talking about working as far as in this physical world. I'm talking about at a soul level. And I want us to get some understanding, because after we have something so powerful, such as these things that have been going on, these through the Lionsgate portal, all of this about the full moon and all of this energy about all of these alignments, before we get too caught up in that, I want you to understand what's going on. And I'm going to share with you the transmission that I received. So we're going to be talking about the pulse before the wave. And this is really understanding what Earth is going through. From this channel, I received this transmission. And we're going to be tapping into some soul frequencies that are going on right now. Everything, it's all about frequency. I got that channel many years ago, hence the reason why the All About Frequency. And by the way, shouts out to the All About Frequency class. We are in week 9, and this week we will be into week 10. But everything is about frequency. So let's talk about some of this. Mm, 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 mm-hmm. I want to talk about some of the things that are happening on the planet. And we know right now there's been some record breaking disasters that have occurred this year. There's been some global losses that is soaring hundreds of billions of dollars, and particularly in other parts of the world. But even if we look at the Western hemisphere here in the US, from wildfires, from floods, from storms, all of these things that are happening at this time, from the earthquakes and the things happening in India, the cloud bursts, floods that are happening in India, to all of these other disasters that have occurred. We know that this is the year of fire, and we're seeing this. And this was something we talked about. We've seen the highs of it, and we've seen the lows of this energy. These events that are happening, all of these things that are going on out there, it's not just happening outside in the world. And that's what I want you to take away from this. These are echoes of emotional and cellular release that is happening from those of us on the planet. It is a massive cleansing that is happening, the great release. We call it the great awakener. But before you can get to the great awakening, you must have the great release. And this release is coming from a cellular level. And as much as I would like to say it's over, it's not over. I don't think it will ever be over, but I think it's important that we have some understanding where this come from. So despite the disasters and the devastation that is happening on the planet right now, believe it or not, spiritual resilience is on the rise. These are the things that are on the rise. Energy medicine, one of my first loves as well, is on the rise. Ancestral healing, no matter what tier you understand this in, this is on the rise right now. Intuitive modalities, all of the multisensory modalities is on the rise. Anchoring the collective into a renewal, all of this is on the rise. Humanity itself is innovating in preparation in their attempts to save more lives, even as the material losses continue to climb. It's important that we bring that balance in, because if we begin to just look at this one way, it could seem like we're going back into the dark ages, when in fact the years of the Kali Yuga, that era, has ended. We are still in the midst of the shadows of it. And like that track star runner that could turn around and see how far back, we are far ahead. But we still know that it is there. We still know that this is there. So a lot of this, if you begin to start understanding it, what appears to be chaos is really a birthing of clarity. because the timelines are compressing themselves. The divine self is awakening in us individually, and it's awakening in us as a collective. So, this is why I will be making more of an effort to continue to give more classes, to be of more assistance, and to help when it comes back to those things of healing and really, really becoming more active in this space. And I encourage all of you to do so as well, because it's going to be needed, especially as we get into the month of eclipse season. And not because eclipse season is coming, but because the seasons prior to that of how we've been living and being and understanding ourselves on the planet, there's so many souls on the planet that are waking up to who they truly are. And in that awakening, there is a great release. There is a great release. My role, whatever you see that role as I understand myself to be as a spiritual teacher, as the oracle, I am not here to give you a prediction in your life. That's not my sole purpose. To do the collective and to give understanding and insight to the collective, absolutely. But it is not here to hand you a script for your life, but it's here to remind you that you are the author and the creator of your life. And so my role here is to facilitate and to help you navigate, to step into that version of yourself that you know yourself to be, and that script that you are working towards creating. That's the role. I am here to hold open the frequency, to help you see every door that exists, and to walk with you as you choose the one that aligns with your soul. That's my role. Because when we work together, it's not about predicting if something will happen. It's about awakening that part of you that decides what must happen in order for your life to be in truth. And that's the difference. That's the difference that I feel that I make. I'm not here to predict if something will happen, but to awaken that part of you that decides what must happen for your life to be in truth. My calling has always been to activate your highest knowing, to elevate your vision, and to give you tools and to give you energy alignment to step fully into and embrace it. This isn't fortune telling. This is frequency building. And that's how we move from hoping for a future to creating a future. And I need you all to understand that, because it will make what you're doing so much more powerful in your understanding of yourself. Everything here is a divination tool. Astrology is a divination tool. There is only one thing over tarot cards, oracle cards, whether you're using rods or whatever choice you're using. an oracle deck, whatever choice you're using, numerology, astrology, there is a divine source that sits over all of that, and that is you. That is you. I'm not here to tell you what's coming. I'm here to remind you that you are the one who decides. You decide what is coming. Oracles don't predict fate. We awaken your choice. So I just want to do that. I just wanted to kind of put that out there today. The readings today kicked off with a big bang of that, and just to help people understand that. Sovereignty. Sovereignty. Remember, yes and no keeps you small. Choice, that expands your soul. But yes and no is going to keep you small. When you make a choice, that's what truly expands your soul. So, we got a lot of things going on Earth, and it's kind of just getting started. So, we've been talking lately about ascension symptoms, and many of you have shared, and I've gotten tons of emails over the course of this last weekend of people experiencing a lot of things that is happening within their physical body, what is going on as these ascension symptoms begin to come up. I don't want you to confuse that with you not doing the work. I don't want you to confuse that with you're somehow going backwards. I don't want you to confuse this with somehow you're doing something wrong when you know in your heart you're not. You're not. The records show that right now we are in the pulse of the wave. And the pulse of a wave is a secret compression of timelines where the body, the earth, and the unseen are all speaking at one time. At one time. At one time. It's all speaking at one time. At one time. Sicknesses are surfacing now, not because of simple illness, but it's ancestral data that is leaving the body. Because its soul memory is being rewritten. There is a rewriting that is happening, that is going on. And so every ache, every flare up, every breath that you have to fight for, these are coordinates. They're spiritual markers. They're warnings. They're invitations that are happening. So as above, so within, so within, so without. We all know that. We all know that. So just as the earth shakes with earthquakes, the inner plates are shifting. Your inner plates are shifting. This is why there's a lot going on with the platelets of blood and people who are having blood tests and their platelets in their blood. Different things are showing up within the blood because, as I all told you a couple of months ago, there is a shift that is happening in the ancestral realm. That a lot of your ancestral data is leaving your body because we are moving forward. You are expanding your consciousness and awareness. We are becoming universal citizens, not localized to what has occurred just on Earth. So, just as volcanoes are releasing fire, your spirit is burning away the density that is there. And just as the storms begin to rip through the sky, your nervous system is clearing generations of static. Static from generations that you have carried. I was quite shocked in the Akashic records to see so much of what was happening, because we know that memory is there. But remember, your highest and your greatest understanding, our ancestors never wanted us to be written with this memory of pain, but of what they could not unlock. And this is why you will often hear that saying that you are your ancestors' greatest dream, because you have the power to unlock the gifts, the talents, the understanding, the magic that they were not able to unlock. So, the nervous system, many of you are feeling this. It's clearing the static from generations. And yet, parallel to the upheaval, there's a second current that is also rising. That's happening. Now, one of the things I will tell you that I did see also within the premier files in the Akashic records is ancient remedies and new medicine are walking more hand in hand. And I've talked about this for years, where medicine would go from a point where Western medicine, where it was doing more harm than it was doing good, till there will be a balance point where there will be these miracle, so to speak, quote unquote, allegedly medicines that come out. And we're seeing some breakouts in some of these modalities and some of this medicine, as well as some of the ancient medicines that have been kept and held by shamans from all over the world. There is a uprise in a lot of these ancient remedies, and they will be walking more hand in hand. Think of it like shaman and scientist, plant and plasma. Think of prayer and photon lights all merging themselves together. And ashe to all the medicine women and all the medicine men in the building. I have to give an ode and a nod and reverence to Queen Afua, because that is where I went through for my initiation into the medicine woman training as a sacred medicine woman. But the council was clear. Now is the time to prepare, as the future has already arrived. Sometimes we get a little complacent thinking the future is something down the road, or we have months and weeks and days and time to prepare for it, when we really don't. And so this is what I pulled out of the records at this particular time. And this was very clear. The council made this very, very clear, is that the future has already arrived. And that is the message I want you all. Take it, type it on a notepad or on your phone. I want you to put that in your phone somewhere as a reminder. The future has already arrived. So, here are some things you have to do. 3 things that we must put front and center. Not tomorrow, not next week, not the end of the month, not when we get paid, but now. You have to prepare your mind. That's number 1. Number 2, you have to prepare your energy. Number 2. And number 3, you have to prepare your body as a sacred vessel because it is. Not out of fear. This is not fear. This is frequency calibration because many of you right now are already in the midst of recalibrating. Now, for those of you who have been walking this path for years, your work was never in vain. Never was your work in vain. But I do want you to understand that you were rehearsing for this season, and that's what we've been doing. So whether you've been on this course like myself for 20 years or longer, or you've been here for 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 months, 1 day, 18 hours, 12 minutes, 39 seconds, 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh. No matter how long, no matter how long, that's what it was. You were rehearsing. So I want you to think about everything that's happened up to this time. That was just rehearsal, baby. It's about to be lights, camera, action. And we ain't gonna say sorry, Miss Jackson. It's lights, camera, action. For those of you who are just awakening, and I really know that there is levels to this shit called awakening. You don't just have one awakening and ta-da, it's all groovy. There is levels to awakening. There is more states of awakening than we have dimensions, or just as many, I should say. I want you to understand, no matter where you are, if you are just now awakening, you're not late. You're right on time for your soul's contract with this planet. Because that is the only soul contract you have, is with yourself. Is with yourself. That's it. That's it. Now, I want to talk about the Galactic E-Files that I am going to be doing for this month of August. I want to say the last time I did a Galactic E-Files was a year ago. Might have been a little longer than that. But it's been a minute since we've had a Galactic E-File. But the Galactic E-File that we will be doing at this time, the transmission for this Galactic E-File is called the Mystic Decoder. And it's significant because right now we're in a significant vibration. And we have access to some things right now that over the course of the next 7 years, can change your life. And the Mystic Decoder will reveal the coordinates. And in this, I am going to share with you my transmission that I received from the Galactic E-Files, the Oracle Council, the 7 suns, and the 7 years. And each one a key to navigating what's coming and who you must become. You will not just survive this next era, but I want to put us in the position, and this is what I received from the council. How can we put ourselves in the position not just to survive this next era, but how can we shape this next era? So I want you to understand, I'm not here to entertain, but I am here to deliver the file. And I am here to deliver you back to yourself. Because the wave is coming, and I know many of you can feel it. You may not know what it is, but you know the wave is coming. The pulse is right now, and we begin tonight. Tonight is when we begin. Yeah, this is when we begin. Tonight we begin. It starts tonight. I need you to understand that. I'm going to see if I can put the link, I don't even know if I can, to it, because it is going to be available. And the time frame that it's going to be available is after midnight. After midnight. It'll be in the next couple of days. I'm really just waiting on Spirit. Everything is good to go. There is the link that I gave you so you can check it out. So you can bookmark this to see when it is ready. I do want to talk about the Galactic E-Files, the Mystic Decoder. This is the vault of the 7 suns, where you'll be unlocking the frequency of the next level of life. All right? So you can check out all the details here. Now, one of the things that I am going to do is we're going to have an exclusive cosmic call, which I do this with all of the Galactic E-Files. On this one, I wanted to do it a little different. At first, I wanted us to do the call and then present the things to you. But after coming out of the Akashic records and seeing what's going on, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and give you the Galactic E-File. You will have access to the Mystic Decoder. And this is the vault of the 7 suns, where you'll unlock the frequencies of your next level life. Because we have to start working on this now. It is imperative that we start working on this now. And once you're able to tap in to the 7 living suns, and you begin to understand the 7 power frequencies, the 7 cosmic codes that will be preparing you for the next 7 years on this planet, you will be able to flip timelines. You'll be able to rewrite reality. And guess what? Stand in your sovereignty like never before. Yeah, this is some real frequency technology right here. And I am super excited to bring this to the world. We will be meeting sometime in the month of August. So sometime during this month, we will have a live call. You'll get a notice of that live call after you make your purchase of the Galactic E-Files. And you'll be able to get on the waiting list, and you'll be able to have access to it. So it will be available here very, very soon. But I wanted to make sure that you all are aware of what's going on. Don't get tricked out of your magic. Pay attention to all of your push thoughts, the push thoughts that are coming in, the push thoughts that are happening. There is also going to be another class, some more classes that I have going on that will be coming up soon. I will be making that announcement, as well as a private collective community group. I talked about this about a year ago, that we would go back to these places of these sacred temples, and we will start to work in these sacred spaces, because a lot of things that I want to share, conversations we need to have, we cannot have them on platforms like this. And I have just learned that over the years because they tend to push these kinds of conversations down. If they're conversations that really, they feel some kind of way about it, some they would let go through, but others they will not. When there are live transmissions, there is such a thing as sacred work. And I feel like sacred work should be done in a sacred place. And even though when we come in this space, it is a sacred place, but we also know that how this gets out to the masses, how this gets out to the people that needs to get it, that's very subjective of how that does. But I'm ready to dive into more things that we will be talking about. For everybody who's in the All About Frequency class, we will be touching on some of these. Not only are they learning about how to scan and read frequency, but we're also going to be tapping into remote viewing and channeling the council and me sharing these things with you about the council. But this isn't going to be for everyone. This is for those who know that they feel they have a calling towards this kind of work and really want to tap into this frequency even deeper to really come and do this work. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those of us so we can get together as a collective and we can make some changes. But don't worry, this is still going to be here and we still will be doing work out loud here. So no worries. Just like back in the day when there were so many things going on in Haiti and Brother Panic and myself, I did a live activation here that rendered less than 48 hours called from the UN Council wanting to speak with us about the channel that we receive from Haiti. So there is work that we can do together. I'm the type of person I can show you what I can do, but I know when we get together, we can do it even more powerful. I have done it over the years with the Divine Priestess, and we have searched for children and babies and missing people and events that was supposed to take place and been able to disrupt the cosmic atmosphere. And we are now living in a time where we need to do that more and more as you're walking about in your day. For those of you who were a part of the soul, what was it? Soul Vibes, soul, I can't even think of it. Oh my goodness. But who were a part of the Soul Project, where we had the credit cards where we could send you instant messages in case the network went down. And I taught you all how to send sparkles out before you go in the building, before you go in the store, before your children go to school, before you go to work, that you are already changing the frequency in the atmosphere. Remember, when you're stepping up into these places, you should be making a difference energetically. Keep your vibration high. Keep your frequency high. I want to give a big shout out to the Goddess Rainwater in the building and all of the soul family, all of the Divine Priestess in the building, all of Self-Invested in the building. Ring the bell. Everyone who's in the All About Frequency class and those are part of the Futuristic Activation course and all of the soul family in the building. Know who you are. Know who you are. Know what you bring to the table. Know the impact that you make because you are making a powerful impact. And I'm telling you, it's all about frequency. All about frequency. In a world where we know that there's so many things happening with our food, so many things going on with our air, so much happening with our water, so much happening within the earth. So much. The one thing that has dominion over it all is your frequency. It is your energy. And this is why our ancestors would always bless their food, because you can take something and change the frequency of it. based on your intention, based on your focus, based on your prayer, based on your understanding of raising frequency. Don't ever forget that. And the most important thing is to learn how to maintain a higher state of frequency and vibration within your being, because that's the only thing that can sustain you here. If you're leaking, if you're in a constant state of fight or flight, then nothing will be able to ground you and sustain you here. It's important that we understand. That is really the understanding about all about frequency. And if you're looking for a cure, if you're looking for a remedy, if you're looking for the fix, you have to look within. You have to look within. Remember, the future is now. It's not coming. It's now. You have to get a hold of your mind. You have to get a hold of your mind. You have to. The future isn't waiting for you. It is something you shape, and you start the future right now. And I'm not here to control the story, but I am here to make sure that you're the one who's holding the pen to write your story. It's important for you to understand that. So it's getting ready to get a little wild, but we don't have to be in the midst of the wildness. And that's what I want you to understand. It's not about controlling everything that happens outside of you. But when you're in an elevated state of consciousness and frequency, then you can ride the cosmic waves and navigate your way around, and even prevent some things from happening. Destiny isn't written in stone. And faith has a lot to do with your state of awareness and consciousness. And how we deal with it is our ultimate sovereignty. And so you can't forget that. Don't forget that. But I wanted us to tap in. Most would say today is one of the most, well, not today, this week is one of the most powerful weeks in 2025. And I can agree with that for most who have the awareness to listen to their intuition and to trust that knowing that is happening from within. Yeah. Yeah. So there you have it. I wanted to come on and let you know that tomorrow, Brother Rich will be live. We will be having a conversation, and we will be speaking about the collective. I will also, not tomorrow, but I will be sharing more about what I got in this channel, this transmission. And I know many of you have received transmissions because it's hitting the whole collective. You understand? It's hitting everybody. And if you sit with yourself long enough, you can hear, you can receive, you can be open to what is coming in for you, what the downloads are telling you, and what is happening. But also understand that the greatest person in your world is you. Is you. You're the creator. You're the creator. So stay focused on being centered. Stay focused on listening to your intuition. Stay focused and having a good time. Stay focused and keeping your vibration and your energy uplifted. Speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out to everyone who joined me on Clubhouse. We had a time. It was a beautiful time on Clubhouse the other day. I opened up the Oracle's house. I will be doing more of that, but like I said, there is some more things coming that will kind of be a little bit on the grid and a little bit off the grid, a little bit. That is there. But I will tell you some things that I did see. One of the things that I seen is that there will be a shutdown in air transportation coming. And a big part of that shutdown for air transportation is because some of the predictions I made in the earlier half of the year that I seen inside the records that about the plane crashes and what was happening, not just in America, but everywhere. But that's going to be shut down, and it's going to be an opportunity, particularly those of us in the West, to really change that whole system, get some upgraded stuff. There's going to be. In this month of August, we're going to have some inventions that come out that are going to be mind blowing. And don't be surprised if you go to log in to your work portal, or you go in to log into your medical portal, or you go in to log into your children's school, and you see that there is this massive upgrade happening. Or be in your local grocery store and they tell you no one can check out because their system is upgrading, because they're moving to a new system. There is so many new systems coming out, so many new upgrades coming out. Matter of fact, Chat GPT just came out with a version 5, another upgrade, but we're going to see massive growth and upgrades from everything. Another thing that you're going to see, and many of you are not seeing this now, less and less and less and less cash. Less cash. I will talk about what we need to be doing with our cash. And no, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to tell you from a spiritual point of view that you need to have at least, if you can, at minimum, $100 in cash in an envelope in your house. You need to have some physical cash. But you'll see, even going to food establishments, going into restaurants, going into the grocery store, purchasing things, you're going to see less and less cash transaction. Quiet as it's kept. Everybody thinks it's going to go to cryptocurrency. There is going to be a whole flip with this cryptocurrency, and there's even going to be another currency that comes online, but we probably won't start to see what that new currency is until the end of the year. Not saying that crypto is not going to make its way, but it's going to be a whole nother currency that comes out. It's going to kind of blindside people, and it's going to do, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. It's going to be a whole nother form of currency. That's going to be the other thing. The other thing that I did see, more job layoffs are coming. So for some of you who wanted to leave your job but didn't want to, no worries. By the time we get to December, there is going to be a whole nother wave of job layoffs. But I want you to think back to when there was the shutdown time. And I want you to think about where there is a rise. When these times are happening, it is an opportunity for those of us who have been doing the work and want to be able to live in this world. And I don't put no buffers on how you choose to live, because money is not evil. It's not evil. Has nothing to do with evil. In fact, the same frequency as God is the same frequency as money, right? It's going to be big windows of opportunities coming out. The wealth exchange already happened, and many of you are seed holders of this wealth exchange, and you just don't know it. You don't know it because you're either so busy grinding, trying to force something to happen in order to get finances, or you're working in a job that you know you don't want to be working in. I would say to you, stay open to your dreams, keep your frequency high, and stay curious about your life and the things that you feel called to, whether it's something to explore, a book to read, or something new you want to experiment with, even if you've never seen those things put together on the planet. So if you're someone sitting there and you're trying to figure out, well, I love doing hair, but I also love, I love cooking. And I don't know how those two could go together. And I'm just torn between cooking and doing hair, and I just can't choose between the two. And I don't know how to cook and do hair. And I don't see how that's going to work out. It's not for you to see. This is what I want you to think about 10 years ago. Such a thing as being an influencer was unheard of as an occupation. More than 20 years ago, being a YouTuber was unheard of. Being able to create a living and an income from your home on social media just by being yourself was unheard of. But these generations of souls, because they come in all ages, that have rose to fame by being themselves, not by doing a particular skill, but just by being them true selves. We have bust the cap ceiling on people feeling like they have to be locked down into some sort of caste system, or they have to be locked into doing something they don't want to do. We've had more than enough examples on the planet that none of that is true. It has dismissed that false ideology that there's only one way for you to make money. That is gone. That is gone. That is absolutely gone. It's gone. You've had enough examples to know that whatever it is that you want to do, that you feel is your authentic calling, you can do it. You can do it. You have enough proof. There's enough people in the world that have shown you, from sitting at home, chewing on a piece of candy, and laughing and talking about movies that they've watched, from them sitting in their kitchen, just talking to the TV or playing with their cat or their dog. If that's not enough proof that who you are is good enough, then it's going to be a little rough. The goal is, you have to understand that your true bank account, your true wealth, is not a code that is released from outside. It is a code that you have to unlock from within. Because you can have all the skills, you can have all the education in the world, you can have all the degrees in the world, you could have all of the knowledge in the world, and it can amount to nothing if you do not have your self-worth and your self-love intact. There has to be a degree of understanding who you are. That is where it comes from. This is what the work is about. No one's stopping you. You want to have 1 million, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, 50 million, $80 million. You can have it. But it's not going to come from outside of you. It is what you must unlock inside of you. And here's the thing. It doesn't even have to be perfect. It doesn't. It doesn't even have to be perfect. But it has to come from within. And so much on the outside, this old system is falling away, so that a newer system, a better system, a more powerful system can be rebuilt. So it can be rebuilt. So it's going to be hard to grasp hold of things that our parents and grandparents could rely on as something of what they called stability. Stability is no longer external, stability is now internal. We are moving into the golden age. We are leaving out of the dark ages. We are moving into the age of light. The Kali Yuga is over. We are in the age of light. Light is something that is generated from within. And this is why it's going to seem on the surface for some to really, really struggle in a lot of different areas of their life. But we're all learning how to generate light from within, which is the pure source of light. The pure source of light. Pure source. So if you're looking for an example of being yourself, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You are the example. Can't you bear witness to your own life over the last 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of what you've accomplished and what you've done? Can't you hold gratitude and reverence for what you have at this moment? Think about it. Think of all you've been through. Think about everything that you have learned. Look at all the things you have accomplished. You cannot forget yourself in this equation called life. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot forget yourself. You are the creator. And so this fear of technology taking over, I've had this conversation many a times. Will there be people who misuse it? Absolutely. It's people who misuse a boat. It's people who misuse air. It's people who misuse water. People will forever, some people misuse everything. But I'm not worried about the people who are misusing it. What are you going to use it for? That's the real question. What are you going to use it for? We have to get out of the contrary. And I get it. You know, they say humanity needs an enemy. Humanity needs an enemy. And so there will always be one. There will always be people who don't like you. There will always be people who don't agree with you. There will always be people who go against you. It will always be a system out there that is opposite of what you're doing. But that really is just the contrast of this false matrix. It was designed that way. The higher understanding is, can you get into the higher elevation of not the false matrix, but get into the pretty matrix? Because if I'm the creator and all of a sudden I decide you're no longer an enemy, then it allows me to move a little bit more freely. When I start looking at my computer like it's not the enemy, it allows me to move and do things a little different. Not that I'm telling you that all things will go away. I'm telling you to sit in your God consciousness, your higher self, because it will expand your view. And your intuition will be able to guide you where there is no light, you will be able to see. When something is not for you, you will be able to see. When it's time for you to go right, you won't turn left. You won't turn left when it's time to turn right. And you will trust, you will be able to trust, you will be able to sit in that awareness and trust yourself. And you will have the confidence to be able to move yourself forward in the future without so much doubt, without so much fear, without so much pain, without so much anger and frustration. And if you're feeling anger and frustration, use that shit as fuel. As fuel for as long as you can. Because it's not a vibration you can sit in. But it makes for a good catalyst to help propel you so you can step fully into your power. So that's where we are. And on this day, one of the more powerful weeks in 2025. It's powerful because you have a choice here. Are you going to move forward? Or are you going back? That's why it's powerful. Are you going to move forward? For real this time. Like not play, move forward. I'm talking about really move forward. I'm talking about really moving forward and not looking back. You're not looking over your shoulder. You're not looking back. You're moving forward. You're letting go of those things that no longer serve you. You are elevating yourself. You recognize that your future is now. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for shit to happen before you do it. Before you say it. Before you let it go. Before you decide to change. You don't need sickness to change. You don't need a breakup to change. You don't need to lose your job to change. You don't need any of those things to change. You don't need it. You have everything you need inside of you. That's the mission. That's the goal. And then can you make it stick? Can we get the discipline to make it stick? We're not just doing it, okay, because it felt good. We got to get out of just doing things because it feels good. How you feel about something is really nobody's business, not even your own. You know how many things that don't feel good that I do? Don't confuse that with doing the thing that you love. Because sometimes we become so complacent within our own distortion, within our own mind, and that illusion of thinking I'm only going to do something that makes me feel good and that I really feel I want to do, but yet we are living a life that we don't want to live. And that's letting you know right there, then you're not doing what makes you feel good. You're doing the illusion of what your ego wants you to believe makes you feel good. You're getting temporary satisfaction in a lifetime of pain. Temporary satisfaction equals a lifetime of pain. And that's when you have the couldas, the shouldas, and I would've. You can't do that. Don't get too distracted. Don't get so distracted that you get caught up in the moment that you forget to take care of what you need to take care of, you and yours and where you live and how you want to live. Do not get that distracted. Do not. Because it's easy to get so distracted. Next thing you know, a week has gone by, 2 weeks has gone by, a month has gone by, a year has gone by, 3 years have gone by, 5 years has gone by. I remember when I was going to go back to school to get my master's, and I kept saying, 2 years, I ain't got 2 years. I ain't got 2 years. Hell, 5 years passed. But if you would have done it, if that's what you really wanted to do, it would have been over just like that. I hold myself accountable to these things too. And that's why I share it with you guys. I give it to you real. I give it to you raw. You can say a lot of things about Ms.Blue, but what you won't say is that I didn't tell you, because I'm going to give it to you, both sides of it. Because what kind of spiritual teacher won't tell you both sides of it? That's why I say I'm not here for your yes and your no's. I'm here to help you fulfill the best version you feel is you. A lot of people ain't ready for that because they want to stay in the illusion of who they think they are and what they think they're doing when it's not working. And so you have to be open to that feedback. I'm not talking about feedback from anybody. I'm talking about feedback that you know from somebody who got fucking receipts. Who takes feedback from somebody with no receipts? How am I listening to someone who has not achieved what I'm attempting to do? Where they do that at? No. Where they do that at? So I share as much as I can. I am fully transparent. If you're in my classes, you get a little bit more up close. I don't say those things to brag. I don't say those things to boast. I say those things to let you know that it is possible and you can do it. You can do it too. I'm not telling you, oh, I'm the only one that can do it. No, I am literally begging you to let you know if I, the slow one, can figure it out, oh, y'all are much, much more intelligent than me. You damn sure could figure it out. Some of you have a lot of things on your side right now. Do not take your life for granted. Do not take your age for granted, even though we know that, yes, we know that's an illusion. Do not take where you live for granted. Do not take your connections for granted. Do not take the friendships you have for granted. Do not take your mind for granted. Some of you play with your mind so much, but if you lose your mind, it's going to be pretty hard to come back from losing your mind. It's going to be real hard. If you lose your mind, it's kind of hard to come back from that. Now, it's been some people that then came back from it. Some of y'all are here. Some of y'all, I didn't help you find you because you done lost your damn mind. Running around here doing all kind of crazy stuff, thinking you can keep playing with your mind and playing with your life and everything's just going to be hunky-dory. And that's just not how it goes down. That's not how it goes down. Stop taking yourself for granted. Stop taking time for granted. Stop taking the fact that you can get up in the morning, you can get out of your bed, you can go in the kitchen, you can cook your food, you can, get in your car and drive somewhere, or you can catch you an Uber and you can just go to the mall and you can stop taking shit for granted. I'm not telling you to bow down to things. I'm telling you to fully step into your life as you've created it. And if at any point of your life is not what you want it to be, then change it. Change it. Change it. I remember when my sister was a little girl, and she might be listening. And I remember she was a little girl, and she was a beautiful, she still is beautiful, of course. Beautiful little girl. And she was a little chunky little girl. She was beautiful little chunky little girl. And she came in the house one day and she was crying. Ah. My mom said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" "Oh, they calling me fat." And my mother brought her clothes and she said, "Listen, don't ever get upset at somebody for telling you the truth. If you don't like it, do something about it." That was one to grow on. We was like, whoa. That was one to grow on. If you don't like it, whatever it is, change it. You don't like it? You don't like people calling you broke? You don't like people calling you dumb? You don't like people calling you these names? Because I done been called all these names. Do something about it. And I'm not promoting someone saying things to you because that's out of line. But the truth is, we know when the truth hurts. When someone tells you something that's true and you know it within your heart and your soul is true. And you don't want to change it. You don't want to change it. But I promise you, when you get to your breaking point, and I don't want you to get there because I done been at some breaking points to change some things in my life, and it's quite devastating. But when you want it bad enough, or you have gone to your breaking point, you have hit the bottom, you'll change it. But see, you ain't changing things right now. You still think it's a game. Some of y'all think this is a game. Some of y'all think this is just playtime. This ain't a game. This is not a game. And playtime is over. We got recess, and everybody know about recess, but recess, you don't get to play all the time. It's a certain amount of time you get to play, and then you got to go back to work. So recess, we still got. We gonna get to play, but playtime, oh, that's over. Playtime is over. Playtime will have you on the side of the street pushing a cart. That's what playtime will get you. That's what playtime will get you. This is not a game. It's time to live your life for real. Not pretending you're living it. Not acting like you living it. I'm talking about really living it when no one is watching you. Not just when you come online. Not just when the cameras come on. When no one's watching you. Live your life. Stop taking your life for granted. And you have to allow that old life of yours to die. It's got to go. It's got to go. And unfortunately, so does a lot of shit that came with it. I'm just saying, it's got to go. Because it only got you where you're at. And if you don't want to be there, then you got to let that go. You got to do it. You ready for it? I need you to take action. So after we get off this call tonight, because this is kind of like FaceTime. After we get off this call tonight, I need you to show and prove. Do it. Do one thing. One thing. It ain't got to be 20, 50, 60, 80, 90, a million, right? One thing that you know needs to get done. That you know needs to get done. One thing. And I want to encourage you. I'm just telling you. I want to encourage you because trust me, I'm going to be doing it. I've been rearranging this room for about a year. So, full transparency. I've been redoing this room for a year. Ain't that plant been in the same room? Them books been in the same spot. All this stuff been in the same place. I'm challenging myself to this. I don't give you lip service here. I'm not a lip service girl. Not like that. I mean, I'll serve a good lip gloss, but I'm not a lip service girl. I'm not just up here yapping my gums. We got to do it. Listen, I'm not going to tell you time is running out, but listen, time is running out for where we can do it with grace and ease, but not even too much grace. Because see, when you give somebody grace, we talking about time. Mercy, time. That's why Marvin Gaye say, mercy, mercy, mercy me. He wanted time. Please give them more time. Give them mercy. We running out of mercy. We running out of grace. We running out of, you know how they say, can I get a grace period? We are running out of that grace period to where we ain't got to do all of this fighting to live. If you are listening to this, you are in the 1% of the world. You are in the 1%. You got access. 1%. Do you realize it was less than a decade ago that there were children around the world and people selling kidneys and body parts to get an iPhone? Do you realize that? That there were people selling body parts to get a phone. Now, on the surface, you think, that is insane. Who's selling a body part to get an iPhone? Somebody that's fighting for their life. You ain't fighting for your life. You around here acting. You ain't fighting for your life. You acting like you fighting for your life. Because if you've ever been in the presence of someone fighting for their life, you would know the difference. You ain't fighting for your life. I hear people today, oh, the struggle is real. You're not struggling. If you can get on the phone and talk to me, you ain't struggling. You're acting. You're acting. And I don't mean to make light of nobody's situation. When I say you're acting, I'm saying you're not taking advantage of your life and the resources and the things you have in front of you. And this is the purpose, I feel, of gratitude. Because when you are not in the presence of being grateful, then you missed the small things. You miss what is in front of you. Yes. Clearing space, clearing the mind. Absolutely. Feng Shui principle. I got a clear space. I got a clear mind, but it ain't like I want it. So I got to still rearrange this room because it's not how I want it. So listen, stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with your mind. Stop playing with your body because some of y'all is out here playing with your body. That ain't cute either. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. Because it's not promised to you. It's not promised to me. It's not promised to anybody. And tomorrow you may not have time. Why put off today? Why put off tomorrow for what you can do today? Because it's not promised to you. It's not. It's not promised to you. Stop taking your life for granted. Stop playing in your own face. We talk about other people playing in our faces. We play in our own face. Stop playing in your face. Get real about you because you're worth it. Get real about you. So that's the assignment. I'm going to get off my crystal box. That's the assignment. One thing, just what our girls say, there's just one thing that got me tripping. I want you to do one thing tonight, this morning, this afternoon, whenever you come upon this living live transmission. One thing, do one thing that you know you've been putting off. You've been gacking about, but you haven't done. One thing and do it. One thing and do it. So I'll give you all the rest of the transmission, but that's enough. I think that's good. Are we good? Are we good? Are we Gucci? Are we good? Everybody good? We good. So I wanted to come on. I've been heavy in the records, and I'm a drop something. I may record it because I personally feel when we get together, it's just always a beautiful time. It's always a beautiful time. I know a lot of you have sent me emails over the weekend. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you. So I want you to understand, unless you are my mama's age, and by the way, shouts out to Mama Blue. My mama celebrated her born day yesterday. Unless you are my mama's age, and I know I got some listeners that's a little older than my mama, you have not felt this energy ever in your lifetime that you are going to tap into this week. That's one to grow on. You ain't never felt this. Baby, 83 years ago was the last time that the star Sirius had a conversation with some of the other celestial beings in the sky. So unless you was born around 1941, 42, 43, You don't know nothing about what's going down. You don't know. This is that new to us. This is that fresh. This is that clean. And that's what I want everybody to do tomorrow. Hopefully you're doing it every single day. But tomorrow I want you to be so fresh and I want you to be so clean. I want you to be ready for tomorrow. Because you're going to get downloads and transmissions and push thoughts and all kinds of. Listen, if you got the lucky blueprint, pull that shit out and get it back in rotation. That is going to be one to grow on. I definitely want y'all to tap in because I need you to understand about the 7 living suns. Because that is going to be some magic that will take us into the next era. Prepare us for this next 7 years that's going down. So, yeah. So, there is the link. I am so excited about the Mystic Decoder. You guys go check it out. It's going to be ready here in any couple of hours here. And I know it will sell out because it is going to be a limited number that I will have for this first run because we will be doing a live cosmic call sometime during the month of August. And so you will be working with this. Clock it. You're going to get the instructions first. All the details are there when it comes available. So I wanted to put the link out there so you guys can do it. You can add it to your wish list. And I believe if you add it to your wish list, then when it opens back up, you may get a notification. But I want you to keep checking back because when it's ready, when the portal, the vault of the 7 suns is going to unlock. Be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Because we're going to have a good time. I've been having an amazing time working with it. But I definitely want you to get your hands on the Mystic Decoder. It's a part of the Galactic E-Files. So if you've done any of the Galactic E-Files, yes, it says sold out right now because it's not open. It's not open right now. It's not open right now, but it's going to be open here in a couple of hours and you will be able to get it. So yeah. So had a little change because at first I was going to do the live call first. And after going into the records, I said, no. And I want you to flip through. You can read everything. It tells you about the downloads. Yeah. It tells you about the downloads and you'll get a chance to see it. You'll also get a chance to see the Galactic Center. I put one of those activation arts up there and you will also see the Star Sirius. Yes, it does say it's sold out because it's going to be ready here in the next couple of hours. Maybe I'll add that note there because they don't have one saying coming soon or something like that. It doesn't say that, but get ready. And I did make it available so that just about everyone can get it. If you want it, you'll get it. If you've never experienced the Galactic E-Files, while you're on the site, you can go read some of the reviews of what some of your colleagues and your soul family members have to say about working with the Galactic E-Files, about working with me, and the way that I do my work. I'm telling you, if you've never experienced it, you've never experienced anything like it. And again, I'm not just a teacher of this work. I'm also a student of this work. And I love it so much. It's one of the more incredible things that I love doing is teaching and sharing, working in the Akashic records, working with energy and assisting. And for the last 20 years, I have assisted thousands upon thousands. I'll just say that to be lightly. I have touched the hearts of millions to help others around the world elevate their life, expand their consciousness and awareness, and step into their highest version of themselves and to live the life that they want to live. Not the life I want them to live, the life they want to live in the most profound way. And I myself have changed my life from going from being confused to feeling like I had to do this song and dance and only work a certain kind of way or only had to be a certain kind of way in order for me to survive, take care of my children, myself. I have created more than a 7-figure business for myself and doing that from multiple different areas. But a big part of it was from me being able to be free to be me, to be me, to be me, not hustling, not none of that, not compromising myself, none of that, none of that. To do it with spiritual integrity, to do the work that I love and I enjoy, to be able to help so many along the way. And more importantly, heal and help myself along the way and others. And you can do the same. You could absolutely do the same. You can do the same. Let me put the link in there again. And if you're looking for the link and it's afterwards, if you look inside my bio on YouTube, you'll see where it says links and it says like 6 or 7 links. You'll see one that says Digital Magic. And that is the site where it says Digital Magic. But I just put the link inside of the room so you can get it. I see a few of you have already come over here and taken a look, but it's a place when you come, you'll see where it says out of stock. It's going to ask you to add it to the wish list. You can do that, or you can just come back and check. You can definitely come back and check it and see. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. I definitely tell my mama y'all sending her love. She'll love that. She's having a great time. So, well, that is going to do it for me. I wanted to come on to share that with you guys. I also want you to know more classes are coming. There is a class that I am going to be teaching that will be coming out. The details will come. And the class is about discipline of self-love and self-worth. Yeah, I feel like we need a focus class on that. And yeah, it's going to be open to the collective, as well as some other classes that I will have coming in the fall. So I'll have multiple classes and things that will be coming up, and you all will be able to see where you fit into it. Whatever calls you. And the futuristic activation class, we will have a call coming up because we are coming close to the third quarter, or is this the fourth quarter? We're coming up to the third and the fourth quarter of this year. We're going to be doing that all about frequency class. We still are going. They have officially graduated, but they will have their certificates and everything and all that good jazz. They're going to have all of that real soon. That's going to be there. And then also, you guys check the sites. There's so many good things here that are digital downloads that you can work with, that you will have access to, and you will be able to tap in and work with this energy. Will there be classes on money? I need to do a manifestation class. That is actually on my list when it comes to finances and money. Many years ago, and self-invested every session, we would teach a money magic class. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do a feng shui class because that also plays into just understanding how to open that up. So that is definitely something I put on there. In fact, if you want to tap into your finances, one of the things I will tell you is that I do have something for that. I have the Lucky Blueprint. And that's what the Lucky Blueprint was actually designed for. There has been people, and I'll let you read, that had accumulated over 40 grand doing the Lucky Blueprint. Not my words, their words. You can go back and you can read the reviews for yourself. But the Lucky Blueprint is there. You'll be able to see that, the Lucky Blueprint, and then it is what's the other one called? Let me get my names right. Lucky Blueprint and where is it? Let me go back to this page. It's called the Lucky Blueprint Print Expansion. The expansion the expansion magic. That is still available. You can go there. You can read some of the reviews. You can also look at the original Lucky Blueprint and you can get that. And I would recommend that is something people need to have in their arsenal because it's something that you can do. And as you grow and you recalibrate, you can do that. Yes, we talked about digestion problems that are there. A lot of things are being released in the collective with those things, those issues with the stomach, the solar plexus being recalibrating. hmm And also, it is changing the way that you eat and the way that you digest information and the way that you digest what you're hearing. So, you definitely I was driving a Tesla and made about 100K with the Lucky Blueprint in 2023. You see, Lola Falana put her testimony up there. I'm telling you guys, this stuff works. And I'm telling you my own personal testimony, but I'm also telling you what others experience, not just me, but the Lucky Blueprint. If you do it, you do it. You do that Lucky Blueprint. Trust me, it's one to grow on. It is definitely one to grow on. Yep. Yep. And this would be a great week to pull out the Lucky Blueprint expansion magic because that's the one that is available and at this time. And all the components are there. Yeah. All the components are there. Yeah. Gallbladder acting up. This is why I told you guys. That's why I'm telling you. It is a releasal that is happening. And whenever that happens, it doesn't mean we don't take care of our physical body. You still take care of your physical body, but you also make sure that you are energetically taking care of yourself because this is a part of that process. This is a part of that. And so I want you all to definitely want you all to tap in. Make sure you do the Lionsgate portal activation. That will help you. You can go back and listen to the last two shows that I did, and you'll be able to tap into it. But so many of you guys have worked with the Lucky Blueprint, and it has literally changed their lives. You understand? It literally has. So yeah. So there'll be more activations that I'm putting together, more transmissions that I'm putting together, more spirit quests that I will be putting together. I'm working on quite a few things that I will be putting together where you're going to come, and even when you're a part of the group, you will get the transmissions, you will get the activations, you will get the spirit quests. And so, for those of you who have been following me for a while, the Lionsgate meditation, some call it spirit quest, we know it to be activation, I call it, that you experience, you know that these are things that I've been doing for years and years and years. And so there are certain frequencies and harmonics that is in there. There's different kinds of rays that are in there and also activation portals that are in there. And once you tap in, you're able to harness that energy within yourself. So if you didn't go through the Lionsgate portal, definitely do that because you will be able to tap into the essence that lives inside of you. And that's what gets awakened. And you'll feel it to a subatomical particle. Oh, you got your tulips are opening quickly. I love that. And for those of you who are working with the tulip experiment, yes. Keep working with that tulips. If you want to know what we're talking about, go back and listen to the show. because you'll be able to get it. So I'm going to get out of here because I got work to do, but I love you all so much. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys for y'all showing up. Y'all show up for me in such a beautiful way. I know that I have one of the most powerful soul groups on the planet, one of the most active, one of the most loud, working hard. And when I say hard, I don't mean like it's difficult. I mean working hard, meaning focused on your mission, your goal, being the very best version of yourself, showing up in the world and being of service to others. And I'm so grateful for that. I love you all, every single one of you. I get a chance to read all of your comments. I don't always get to respond as much as I like to, but I definitely will do better. But I love you all. I don't take you for granted. You guys are my family. I consider you my family. I talk about y'all just like I talk about my family in the same breath. And so my sisters and brothers and family members and mothers, they're used to hearing your name. And when I'm saying, oh, we was in Clubhouse and we was all doing, they know who you all are. My children know who you guys are. My family know who you guys are. It's real to me. It's not fake to me. And so I talk to you not like I'm a teacher trying to just give you some information, but like I am truly your soul sister. You know, your sister here doing this work. For some of you, I'm old enough to be your mama. But for some of you, you understand like your sister here. I honor you. I cherish you. I respect you. I don't play about you. I don't play about me. I don't let you play with me. I don't play with you like that. But we love each other that way. We love each other. And you all have spread that out. So many of you have spread that out. And I love that. I love that. You were in the midst of crashing out. I'm glad you came in here and didn't crash out. Yeah. We don't need no crash out sessions. Not today. Save it for another time. I'm not saying you can't ever crash out, but don't do it this. Don't waste this week. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. Please do not waste this week. Don't waste this week. Love y'all. Smell like self-love and cinnamon. What'd you say? Oh, Sheila, I got to put this up here. Cinnamon, you look like a velvet smile. Okay. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I do. I love you all so much. And it's great. It's a beautiful time, but it is time for us to get this work we got to get information, as Beyonce say. And we also have to be there for people with love, and with kindness that may be going through a hard time, because some of us are going through a very rough time right now. And I don't want to make light of that. Don't want to make light of that. Some people are having a rough time right now, but I want you to know that this will pass. This can pass. Kelly B said, even my kids know your voice. I love that. But no, it will pass. It will. And we are holding space for you, and we need you to hold space for yourself and to show up for yourself. Yeah. So that's going to do it. So family, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I haven't eaten and I need to eat today because, it's almost about 10 o'clock where I am. You guys be safe. Keep loving yourself. Keep trusting yourself. Let's keep doing this work. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing with your life. And I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait until you guys tap in to the 7 suns. These Galactic E-Files, I don't know. Y'all will have to let me know. Those of you who have had the Galactic E-Files, y'all got to let me know what y'all think about them. But I don't know. I think your girl did a little something on this one. I think this one, that new. This that new right here. Oh, Mama is the source that my daughter is 5 and she recognized you as my oracle. How beautiful. How beautiful. I think you all will really, really love this. I'm excited for us to get in here and do this work. The Galactic E-Files, the Mystic Decoder. This is about the vault of the 7 suns. Y'all know that 7 has been running through here pretty bad, pretty deep, pretty strong, and for very good reason. Very good reason. Very good reason. Right? The number of the spiritual teacher in its highest evolution. It's how we bring heaven down to earth. You understand? And that's the frequency we want to keep it in. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to put on a little bit of music as we just kind of vibe out. We're still inside of the portal. And so we're still in the portal. And I love that. We're still inside of the Lionsgate portal. So remember our takeaways. We're going to expand our consciousness, get out of the false matrix, our mind, take care of our temples, our bodies, right? We're going to be mindful of our intentions, our actions, our non-actions. We recognize that the future is not coming. It's here now. And I want you to understand that message that your future is now. Your future is now. And so this is not about yes or no. It's about awakening to your choice. That's all right. Yeah. Understand that so much is happening. And if you're feeling something within your body that is happening, these things are coming up. So much is coming up. So much is coming up. This is ancestral data that is leaving your body. Soul memory is being rewritten. We are at that threshold now, a 83-year threshold. So every ache, every flare-up, every breath, whatever that is, these are markers, these are invitation, these are spiritual markers, these are warning signs. So many things are on the precipice of where we are right now. Now is the time to prepare as if the future has already arrived. Now, prepare your mind, prepare your energy, prepare your body as the sacred vessel. It is because it's sacred. We're in the midst of a frequency recalibration. And so everything is recalibrating. Everything is recalibrating. Yeah, everything. Everything. So, the Galactic Gateway is open. It's wide open. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Hold that in your heart. Hold that in your heart. So, the Galactic E-Files, the Mystic Decoder, this is not a tool. This is a cosmic key to unlock what is coming. The 7 suns, the 7 keys, the 7 layers are here. So, I am Miss Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I love you all so much. I look forward to reading your comments below. Stay tuned, and I will see you all inside of the portal. Inside of the portal, yeah. The Mystic Decoder is going to be available very, very soon. So, peace and love, soul family. Peace and love. Ciao.